Hey everyone, it's your friend TechnoCat here, and today we are going to do the while loops in Super Carol. Now, while loops, I think I've used this before, even though I shouldn't have, because today you will see the importance and how easy while loops make your life, okay? Now, I don't know why I just feel like I have to remind you guys of this, but Karel is inspired in JavaScript. There's also like a Java version of Karel. But yeah, this Karel is based in JavaScript. So if you try to learn JavaScript, it's gonna be similar to this when it comes to functions and stuff like that. So, as I said, Karel, very good language or like program to at least start thinking in code. But today we're gonna learn while functions, which is like really useful. It's really cool. So here there's the example, move to wall, and if you can read in the function start, it says while the front is clear, move. Now here it starts introducing these condition statements. Here you have all of them. Front is clear, left is clear, right is clear, facing north, or whatever. So basically, if this condition is true, while this condition is true, you're gonna move. Okay? So, yeah, that's pretty much self-explanatory. While the front is clear, you're gonna move. So if we press run and speed up a bit, Carol's gonna check first if the front is clear, and then she's gonna move. And then in the last block, when the front is not clear, she just stops. She doesn't crash against the wall, and she moves the exact amount of spaces needed to get to the wall without crashing into it. So let's press continue, okay? This is the first exercise. So we have three worlds now, okay? And this is where you start using loops a bit more when you try to make the same thing apply for like different worlds. So follow the yellow ball road, simple. While Carol is on top of a ball, Carol should move once. At the end of the program, Carol will have reached the end of the road and stop. This must work for any length road, even 0. You can assume that the road will end before Carol will run into a wall. So this is pretty easy. Okay, I'm not gonna go around it. So Carol needs to move while she's on the red balls, and there's three different worlds. Like there's even one where there's like 0 balls, and the idea of this is use a while loop. So let's try to plan it first. How would that look first? So oops. So I would write something like uh while let's check the conditioning statements because I do not know all of them by memory. So while balls are present because we want her to move every time that there is a ball. So while balls are present, she is going to move. Now I think this should work. Let's try to cut it out and paste it over here. That indentation seems kind of off, but I'm not going to stress over it. So let's run it. And it works in the first world. Now let's check the second one. It works in the second one, and it works in the third one. There you go. It's very simple. You're basically telling Carol, like I said, while this is true, you're gonna repeat this. So it's like an if, or like an if loop, or like a for loop, but you don't define a limit. Basically, the limit is based off of a condition instead of a number. So let's click submit and continue, and then we're gonna jump into the next assignment, which is lay a row of tennis balls. Write a code to lay down a row of tennis balls using a while loop. So pretty simple, right? In fact, I think that even like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so here's the thing. This world 1 is 10. It's 10 across the x-axis, and world 2 is 8. So they did that slight different of change of numbers to have you write a while loop that works for both situations, because if it was the same measurement, you could have easily written a for loop. And we're trying to learn while loops here, okay? We're trying to learn conditionings. So let's do something like, I don't know. Let's think it out first, okay? Because when you start using loops and stuff, you want to test them out first in some way, because you don't want something that is gonna make Karel end up smacking herself against a wall, or making Karel stop putting balls beforehand. So I'm thinking something like, while facing east? No, because that's gonna, wait. While no balls present. When no balls are present, Karel is going to put a ball, but then she's also gonna check. Wait, let's do this. Maybe this should be another function. So, function save move, maybe? So, if front is clear, then you're gonna move. And we can run this function save move after she puts down the ball. So in case she reaches the edge of the world, she doesn't stop putting balls before she moves. So I think this will work. I think this will very much work. So let's cut this here and paste it here. And then let's cut this function and paste it down over here. Now, oh, there were some indentation errors there. My bad. Okay, so let's try to run it. So she's putting down her balls and she's doing the save move. And there you go. It works perfectly fine for World 2. What about World 1? And excellent. It works for both worlds. And it should even work with any world, literally. It doesn't matter if it has, like, even negative x-axis or whatever. Karel is simply going to check if there's no balls where she's standing. She's going to put down the ball in that case. And then she's going to check in front of her if it's available to move. Okay? So let's click submit and continue. And then we hop on to the second part of while loops, which is more practice with while loops. So we got a big tower and then 2 debuggings. We'll go through over all of it. So we got 2 worlds, 3 worlds, 4 worlds. And the assignment is you need to make a tall tower all the way to the top of tennis balls in the column Karel is standing in at the start. Karel could be in any column and the world's height could be any size. Your solution should include more than one helper function. Karel can start facing any direction, so you need to make sure to orient Karel to the north. Hint, use a while loop. So, I know this might seem very picky and very specific, and if you don't understand half of what's going on, I recommend you to go back and check it or put a comment and ask for help. But basically, if you're trying to go for software engineering, okay, if you want to work in whatever, like, that is programming oriented, companies don't hire people to program, because you can literally watch my entire video course on Karel. And like, yeah, you can literally go over like the 10, 12 videos that it's going to be at the end. You can go through the entire course of Karel. And yes, I ought to like my videos, because there's not many viewers, guys. Trying to fool the algorithm. But still. Companies are not going to pay you for knowing how to program. Because you can learn how to program in question of days, 2 weeks, a month. I don't know. But it is easy. Okay, learning to program itself is easy. What is hard, however, is the problem solving that comes with it. Problem solving is what gets you the job. Problem solving is, if given a certain tree, pick these numbers of this branch of the tree. That's what you need to learn how to do. And that is not something that you learn, actually. That is a skill that you develop as you start writing more and more complicated code. So that's why these directions start getting more icky and more specific, because they're trying to get you to exercise that problem solving aspect of it. Okay? So let's jump back into the topic, okay? We need to make a while loop that works for 4 different worlds, in which Carol could be in any x-axis. And okay, the good thing is she's gonna start on the bottom. She could be in any x-axis, and she could be facing any direction, and she needs to end at the top of the world with a tall tower of tennis balls below her. So here, let's not go into practice mode, okay? Here, let's start writing from the get-go. So first, the first problem that I see here is that Carol could be facing anywhere. So we need to write function start. Oops, no. This is a function that I tried to do earlier, but I didn't do it because we were not introduced to while functions yet. But I can write it now. So function face north. What is this function going to do? So basically, while Carol is, wait, where's it? Not facing north. Oops. Yeah, no. While Carol is not facing north, what is she going to do? You can do either turn right or turn left. I'm going to go with turn right. And what this is going to do is that if I run the code, oops, facing north, yeah, I forgot about that. And don't forget to call the function. So face north. So if I run the code, Carol is going to while until she is facing north. Okay, I move to another world, and she's already facing north, so she doesn't move. I move here, and she faces north, and I move here, and she faces north. Okay, so we got our rotation problem solved. Now we need her to move until it is safe. So let's write our while function down here, because this is going to be like the main while function. So while, let's see, balls not present, is that how it was, the condition statement? No balls present, okay. Sorry about that. So no balls present. Okay, so while no balls are present, and don't forget the parentheses inside of there, what you're going to do is that Carol's going to do another safe walk. Let's call it safe walk. And wait, before the safe walk, Carol needs to put down the ball. Because this is literally the one that we previously did, but now it's like, you know, vertically. So she's going to put the ball, and then she's going to safe walk, and I think that should be it. Now we just need to define our function safe walk, which is going to be if front is clear, then you're gonna move. There we go. So now if I press start, Carol is first gonna face north, regardless of where she's looking at, and then she is going to start stacking the tennis balls until she reaches the top. So it works with world 4. Now let's see world 3. Checks for the north first, moves up when it's north, and it works with world 3. Now with world 2, this one is like way smaller. And you can see that it works with every world regardless of the size. And there we go. Our program has been completed. So now we move into the debugging aspect. Okay? So our program works with all 4 worlds, and you know, it's very well clean code. That's very nice. So now we got this debugging. There's this program where Carol is supposed to put the balls away. Now, the number of balls in there seems to be, yeah, it's either 7 or 12. Now, there's a while loop in here, but I don't think this will work very well. So Karel is supposed to move, pick up all the balls, and then move once more. So this move and move part seems okay to me. But there's something fishy about this while loop. So if we try to run it, Carol's gonna check if the front is clear. She's gonna take the ball, which is gonna work, but up until a certain point. Because once there's no balls, the front is still clear. So she's still gonna keep taking balls, but there's no tennis balls to pick up. And as such, she cannot move on to her next command. So the problem that I see here is that it's the wrong conditioning, the wrong conditional statement. So instead of front is clear, let's change it for something like balls present. Okay. So if we change it for balls present, and let's try to run it now. Oops, let me restart that. So she takes all the balls, and then she moves. There you go. It works for this world. Now what about world 1? So Karel moves, she checks if there's balls, and then she takes them up, and then she moves. There you go. Okay? Easy. So now, the last debugging assignment, the last thing for today. Now, I haven't read this code at all, or whatever, but go ahead and pause the video after I show the code. So, Karel just turned 15 years old, in dog years. Karel wants to mark this occasion by burying a time capsule with 15 tennis balls inside. Write a program that has Karel put a pile of 15 balls at the opposite wall, then come back to the starting wall. So, here's the code, and I'll be right back. Okay, so after looking at pictures of cats for the past couple of minutes, we're back into checking what is wrong with this code. So there's only one world, okay? And the assignment was that, Karel has to go to there and then put the balls and then come back. So let's run this code. Okay, I haven't even looked at it, okay? It's just sitting there. Let's see what happens if I press run. Missing parentheses after front is clear. Okay, I see it now. Okay, let's correct that. Okay, simple enough. Let's run it again. So front is clear, move. Then she places the pile. Turn around. And move. Wow. Apologies for that, guys, but as I said, I'm actually surprised this wasn't very difficult. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for today, guys. I'll be back soon. I'm not gonna promise anything this time. I'm gonna be back soon. And next up, on our course for Karel, okay, so we did while loops and stuff. Control structures, and then after that we're getting to Karel challenges and our final project. You'll learn about Ultra Karel eventually in the next episode. And yeah, very very interesting stuff to come. So in the meantime, stay safe guys and stay coding. See you later.